Hi Sagittarius, thanks so much for joining me. This is Yetta Pearl and my new channel, and this is a general reading for you, for Sagittarius, for the new moon time, June 10th of 2021. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. There's lots more people who it could apply to, so just take the parts that you feel apply to you and all will be well. So this new moon reading, there is also a solar eclipse happening on June 10th. And we're also still in Mercury retrograde. And I'm told that we're in something that's called square Neptune. So I don't know what that means. I'm not an astrologer or an astronomer or anything like that. But I did look it up a little bit and I I read what an expert had to say about that. And so the combined energy of all those things is likely to make us prone to a little bit of mental confusion, a lack of focus. It also makes us more vulnerable to deception. It's, as always, Mercury retrograde tends to interrupt communication. And so that's not only the technology communication, but it's also the spoken word and the written word and every other way that we communicate. And so it's a really great idea for all of us right now to use caution, to do your due diligence. Anything that you're needing to agree with, or, certainly any contracts or things like that, be really diligent and check all the details. Make sure that you know all of it. And, from your point of view, for your part, make sure you're using complete honesty. Then everything goes a lot smoother. Then the energy of things is a lot more jivey, And if you end up being deceptive in some way, it comes back to bite you anyway. So it doesn't help. So in general, both a new moon and an eclipse are a really good time for a fresh start, for starting something new. It's a time to question old habits, old belief systems, old behaviors, things like that, so that you can get them out of the way and start whatever you want to do instead of that old stuff. It's a great time for us to stay open-minded, to be patient, and to be really flexible and go with the flow a little bit. So that's the moon energy stuff happening. And so now we'll get going on your guardian angel reading. So I'll just have a look here. Okay, number one, be more conscious of drinking water. Your health is suffering from being a little bit dehydrated. Being even just a little bit dehydrated makes it so that it's way harder to think. So, with all that moon stuff happening, you really, really need all the water to keep you going. So your angels are saying, put a bit of sea salt in your water, just a bit. You don't actually taste it, but it makes it so that your cells take it up a lot easier. What a beautiful picture. Beautiful picture. She's glowing, absolutely glowing. Somebody who is dehydrated has a hard time glowing. Yeah, so be very mindful of that. So they're showing me that somebody is drinking too much coffee. If that's you, you need to cut it back. Teas and herbal teas are better, but depending on the kind of tea. The black teas are just as bad as coffee in a lot of ways for being dehydrating, right? Coffee's not bad. Coffee is not evil. It has a lot of its own, good qualities. But it is dehydrating. So you want to be a little cautious about that. Okay. So I'm seeing that this is a little bit, there's more to the story here. This is also, your water supply. So if you, every time, no matter what your water supply is, before you're going to drink, just put some energy into it and purify it in that way. and, give it some love. Ask it to be pure. Say, I love you and thank you. Offer it gratitude for hydrating you. And that makes that beautiful, crystal clear, sparkling water, which will be so beneficial for your body. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, watch your thoughts. Your angels are saying that some of you are falling into a little bit of a hollow, a little bit of a low spot in terms of your thoughts. You can assist yourself through this time by being really conscious of what your thoughts are. So when you find yourself kind of down and thinking, it's not even really thinking low, it's feeling low. When you're just feeling kind of dragged down, it's hard to even want to do anything at all. You have the power to help yourself. You can change that. It feels overwhelming. Like I'm being shown that there's a bunch of you that just feel like, no, it's beyond me. I don't have what it takes to do that, to pull myself out of it. I've been doing this for a long time and I can't do it. Yes, you can. Your angels are saying. They're not saying it'll be easy, at least to start with, but yes, you can actually do it. So they're showing me if you have a friend who you can be this vulnerable with, to share with them. Maybe you want to use a code word. Maybe you just want to be able to say to them, I'm feeling really down. And so then it's up to them. It's their job then to come and help you interrupt that, right? And so that'll be by dragging your butt out of the house and going to do something fun, whether you want to or not. Like they will even put your socks on your feet to get your shoes on and get you out the door, because that's their job. Make this agreement with that person and do it for each other so that it's an equal reciprocation, right? And so something to interrupt that low depression, that feeling of lack of energy, lack of desire to do anything, no motivation, who cares, the apathy, something to interrupt that. And you can do this without a friend too, but it's easier, I think, with a friend. So to, like the angels keep saying, it's to interrupt that depression by showing you that it's not all like that, right? It's maybe like that inside your psyche, but it's not like that everywhere, and that there is power to change that. So when you get outside the house, you see the sunlight, you feel the fresh air, you're breathing deeply, you're having a good walk. And do that. When you're walking, you're not just strolling, using little energy. Be energetic and be purposeful and get things really moving. So that will help. And so then as you do that, start noticing the things around you, how green the trees are. And oh, there's some flowers. Those are beautiful flowers. And, and keep doing that the whole way along. And how good does it feel to breathe that fresh air? And, all the things that there are there to be grateful for, that's what you're noticing. And stretch it out, make it bigger, make it, this great big beautiful, holy, look at that flower. Oh my gosh, So it'll feel a little silly. And it might even feel contrived at first, like you're making it up, like you're pretending. But the more you do it, the more it becomes real. And that way your vibration raises and you can get out of that low spot. And so you have the power. Now, even if the friend isn't available or something like that, if something falls through with that, you can do it for yourself. You absolutely can. Your angels are going, yes, you can. They're answering your thoughts to what you just were thinking. Yes, you can do it. Trust. Trust. And your angels always have your best interest at heart. they're not capable of lying to you. They only see your perfection, right? So they're your number one fan. Yeah. So yes, you can do it. So these two seem to be, no, not completely. Okay, so what is it that you have been hiding from people? It's, literally it says, come out of the closet. So that can mean what we, have come to associate that with, sexual orientation or things like that. So it definitely can mean that. It also is other things. It's, whatever you're really good at that you have not been sharing that gift with everybody else, or for some reason you've chosen not to share that, or it's something that you're planning that is pretty much ready to launch things. It's time. It's ripe. You're safe. You are safe. Oh my gosh, they're saying this over and over. You are safe. All is well. Show people this. If you want to start small and one at a time or two at a time for people, that's perfect. But this is your strengths. And so, for some of you, this is even a new job. Yes, you do have the abilities and the knowledge to step into a new job. Some of you, you've been at your current job for quite a while, and so then, you kind of not sure maybe how that translates to a different job in a different place with different people. No, your angels are saying, yes, you absolutely, you know everything you need to know. It's time to come out, shine, let your light shine, show everybody what you can do. And, you don't have to be flashy about that if you don't want to be, but you definitely can, simply be your natural self. This is your caring self, your freedom loving and your adventure side, all these things, whether it's for something specific like a project or a job, or sexual orientation or a social event, or something like that. No matter what it is, you are safe to show that to the world around you. That, yeah, you are ultimately protected. That's a really positive thing. So here we have teacher. And it feels related, for some of you, it's related to this coming out of the closet card. For some of you, it's separate. So in terms of the coming out of the closet, you have a lot that that other people don't know, that you can be teaching to them. And so try to relax into that. And instead of being, some of us tend to think of a teacher as somebody who knows more than everybody else. And so you have to just be the teacher all the time. And that's just not true. Relax, be the colleague, be the person standing side by side is what I'm being shown, side by side. Teaching and receiving teaching. Giving teaching and receiving teaching. And it goes back and forth, and it goes, circular as well. Everyone, everywhere. You have something to learn, and you have something to teach. That's so beautiful. So, okay. Yeah, so they just want to reiterate that this is for some of you. It's not for everyone. It is for everyone, in that everyone has something to learn, and everyone has something to teach. So for some of you, it will be a more deliberate action, and for some of you, it's almost accidental. That they're showing me that you are surprised to realize that. Yeah. So okay, that's perfect. That's beautiful. So, as you do this, watching your thoughts, being more positive, And as you acknowledge your own abilities, that leads to synchronicity. So because you're acknowledging those things and because you're deliberately forming your thoughts and your positivity and your being upbeat, then things start to come to you. The higher your vibration is, the more the things that you want come to you. The things that you focus on are always coming to you. So being careful what you're actually focusing on. But the more aware you are of how to direct your thoughts and how to bring them up higher when they have sunk a little bit, that brings more of what you want to them, to you. And so the more you do that, the better you feel. Because, if even if you say something quite general, that I just want to feel better, great. Now you're focusing on feeling better. If you say, I don't want to feel so down, you're going to get more down, right? So being cautious of how you feel that. And, it starts with words, usually the thought, the word that, the consciousness of, I want to create this. Okay, so how am I going to word that? Okay, and here's the words. And now, what do those words feel like? What's the inner feeling? When you're happy, what does that feel like on the inside? What are the emotions? How does your body feel? Like, do you sit up straighter? Are you smiling? Are you picturing, being in sunshine with friends? Are you, how does that feel for you? What does it bring about? And so the more you can allow that to gain momentum, the more what you want comes to you. And you see these things which are in synchronicity, and you can recognize that. It might be after the fact. They're showing me that some of you, it's this little bit of a surprise that, oh, that's what was going on. Oh, that's so fun, right? And so it's okay if you don't recognize it in the moment. It's still happening, right? And so your angels are causing that to happen. You, with your higher vibration, are causing that to happen and bringing to you all the things that you want. So it's time to go and play. Go play. Leave some of that responsibility behind and go play. It's fine. You can drop that for a little bit. It feels kind of heavy, right? So leave it to the side and go play. So maybe that literally means going to the park and swinging on the swings. Maybe it just means reading a book. It definitely means drinking more water. Maybe going to the beach. And so when you're at the beach, use your energy again to cleanse the water. That's beautiful. And the sand. Oh, that feels so good. And that brings more fun time. Let yourself actually have fun. Let yourself forget for a time the heavy responsibility. I promise you nothing bad will happen. That's what your angels are saying. I promise you nothing bad will happen. So obviously you are the one who knows about your responsibilities and which things that, you have to feed the baby, right? You can't go without feeding the baby. And so maybe it takes getting a babysitter to look after feeding the baby while you go be lighthearted. Maybe it takes a shift in your perspective so that you can be lighthearted while feeding the baby, right? So however that works for you, it's time to play. It's time to feel more lighthearted. It's time to treat everything in a more lighthearted way, right? So it turns out that most of your reading has been about bringing your energy up. So that's a really great bit of advice for you that your angels are offering. So let's see, we'll pull one card from the daily guidance deck. There it is. The ocean. Oh, and now we're back to the water. Oh, can you see? So I've got a reflection. The ocean. Okay, so definitely drinking more water. Definitely adding a little bit of sea salt to your water. Sometimes this means that your iodine levels in your body are a little low. So see if you can find some kelp somewhere, some natural kelp, and take that, and that should help. A lot of times, so for many of you, this is kind of a relaxing and let go and go with the flow. Picture yourself on a river in a kayak or a canoe or a floaty of some kind, trying to row upstream. And you work hard and you work hard and you work hard and you might even make some progress. But the minute you stop rowing, now you drift back downstream. Why don't you just turn around and go downstream? Let it be easy. Let it take you with the current. See how relaxing that is. And see how beautiful it is. You're still getting somewhere. You're still making a lot of progress. It's just easy now. So that's the main message from that ocean card. That's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I will ask you if you will come with me for another minute or two, and we will offer love and healing, and we're offering our energy to help the entire world, all the people in it, all the oceans and the seas, and Mother Earth herself. We're offering forgiveness, we're offering love and acceptance. Thank you, Sagittarius. That was beautiful, and I'll see you again next time.